How to get brown stains out of your trousers.
Oh! I want to talk to the kids.
No, they're not talking to the kids. It's an agenda to disrupt the West. So Asia, so China, so other countries can become the next world superpower. The extreme version of the agenda that I'm talking about is no different from the hardline right-wing conservative agenda of pushing somebody's religion on someone else. You know those annoying fucking people who are just like, yo, if you don't accept Jesus right now, bro, you're going to hell, bro. Let me break it. Yo, come to the cafeteria, bro. I'll tell you all about Jesus. I'll tell you all about Allah. Listen, bro, just repent, bro. Join, bro. Trust me. Read the book, bro. There's other books too, you know. No, nothing matters, but only this matters. Bro, you're gonna go to hell, bro. I'm just trying to eat my pork belly sandwich, bro. Welcome back to another episode of NEMSWORLD UNCUT, brought to you by Content Day. Today, I'm back with the homies, and we're gonna be reacting to a whole bunch of random videos that my buddy Theo curated for us. Shout out, Theo.
Shout out to Big Theo.
Yes. Let's go. Okay, well, I'm gonna be joining you on the couch because we don't have monitors right now.
That's all right, man.
Yeah, okay.
Let's get it.
Nice and clean.
So, I haven't seen any of this.
That is pretty close, huh? It's all right, buddy. We love you.
Are you ready? I already see a weird
What
forehead.
is that?
Yeah,
some sort of welt.
Is that a baby?
All right, here we go.
It better not be a baby.
What's that? Yeah. Ready?
Oh, it's his name.
How to get brown stains out of your trousers.
No! No! Abomination! What was that? What the fuck?
That's fucked. That's stupid fucked.
I should have known when I saw the welts all over the person's arm.
No, you shouldn't have known, because I saw the welts and I'm like, something's gonna be off. And then I thought he was gonna give us a logical video, something where we wouldn't anticipate him knowing something. And then he actually impresses us, whereas this was just yeah.
Bro, I thought he was gonna I thought it was blood at first.
Was the brown stain by the ass crack?
The guy.
Because if the brown stain was by the ass crack.
No, let's not run it back. Let's go to the next one.
Running it back.
By his waist, this is the ass crack.
Ready? How to get brown stains out of your trousers. when it's chocolate.
Oh,
When it's chocolate.
I missed that.
He said when it's
You
chocolate.
said when it's chocolate?
Do you really think he's chocolate, bro? The guy's a heroin addict in a shanty. That legit looked like a
I know,
shit
but
smear.
you get
It's by the ass crack.
Madonna, listen, man. You buy some Value Village. Don't buy Value Village pants. Brand new pants.
The
Doesn't
stain
matter.
was by the ass,
Get some
bro.
chocolate.
It wasn't like the stain was on his foot.
But what do you think you're gonna
Next
stain
video,
it?
next video,
His
next
ass.
video, next
Okay,
video.
next video.
I'm gonna get a lot of hate for saying this. I can feel it coming. Probably lose a lot of followers too. I don't care. I'm saying it anyway.
She's hiding.
Y'all can call it a coincidence. Y'all can say, oh, well, you don't really know what's going on in their relationship. And that may be true. But I can only say what it is that I see and what I have heard. Every black woman that I know that formerly was with a black man and is now either married or with a white man is happy.
What the fuck?
I don't know why. I'm not
the
saying that
fuck
there's
is this
something
guy
wrong with
saying?
black men. I'm
Oh
a
my
black man, as you can see. What I'm saying
You
is
don't sound like a black
exactly
man.
what I said. Every black woman that I know that is with a white man is happy.
Why is she laughing like it's true? Oh my God.
Maybe that was her in the video. I don't know.
What's that called? Deductive reasoning? When you have a few examples in your life and then you think the whole world is like that?
Yeah.
Do you think that's true?
Maybe.
If a chick was with a black guy before and then she marries a white man, she's always going to be happy?
How do we know she
No,
wasn't? Maybe
that's
she was
definitely
meant
not
to be. Maybe she was meant
true.
to be with the guy. Who knows? It could be just true.
First of all, there's different flavors of white. But I don't know if we're going to get into this.
There's different flavors of everything.
There's different flavors of chocolate.
Yeah.
Or just could
But
be,
that's
it
where
could be the house and the cottage and the boat.
Yeah, but that's, I know. Right?
No, sorry. If it's that type of white.
Exactly. That's,
know the
that's the
type of white
thing.
I'm
Yeah,
talking
I mean,
about.
depends, it could be the few examples where the women that he knew, that were dating black men could have been black men that, I don't know, weren't of the best type to give her a good relationship. And then, you know, I don't know, man. It's like you said, those few examples. It could be a few examples.
I think he's too fabulous to have an opinion.
What does that mean?
Look at him.
He's fabulous?
He's too fabulous to be having an opinion on this topic.
I'm too fabulous, bro.
You're not as fabulous as him.
Okay. Damn.
It's like, every black woman that I know will switch to white. Happy. Fabulous.
So he's gay.
Well, he's gay, but he's also fabulous.
Yeah.
The person who posted it, the chick, was like, I actually agree.
Dude, there's probably just a small percentage.
First of all, that's why black women are cheesed. Because other way around, when black women, a lot of black women see a black man with a white woman, they get pissed off.
Why?
Because they're like, what, you don't have enough good black women to find a black woman?
No, I know, obviously, but I'm just saying, like, why? We're so far gone. We're so far.
We are ascended souls here.
How the fuck can you still be thinking like that?
But a lot of people think tribalistically, and you know, and I understand their pain because a lot of chicks and a lot of men think like, what's it called? Scarcity mentality. Like it's one or the other. Like there's not enough to go around for everyone. That type of mentality that doesn't bring anybody any benefit. I don't know. I disagree with this personally. I think a black woman could be happy with a black man, a white man, a fucking Asian man, any kind of man.
Yeah.
Tamil man.
Could just be a bunch of them fell in love with just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
The wrong person.
But it could be.
You fall in love with the wrong person enough times and you think, oh, let me try something different.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, but
let me try something different. Let me try to get a cottage and a snowmobile.
Yeah.
Rich white man.
Don't discriminate, ladies and gentlemen. Don't discriminate.
Facts.
Regulate every shade of that.
Black guys can also have cottages and snowmobiles.
Absolutely,
don't discriminate. Regulate every shade of that.
I think that the internet should be for girls, no more guys. For example, Reddit. Reddit actually asked me to explain why I think it should be for girls, not guys, and I thought it was obvious, but okay. First of all, you get a cute little cartoon character. Here's mine. Wait, I just noticed it kind of looks like me. Do you think so? Do you think it looks like me? Sometimes I have questions I'm too afraid to ask because I'm scared they might incriminate me. So I just look them up on Reddit. But if a guy ever had a question like this, no, he should go to jail. I already know. Also, you can give awards out. And here's a tip. Give it to whoever's little cartoon thing you think is the hottest. You can't give them to yourself. I already tried. Honestly, though, I mostly need it because I do have to read this subreddit every night in order to fall asleep. Because one time on a date, I did fall down some stairs. So yeah, download Reddit, but it's still for the girls, not the guys. Thank you.
The internet and Reddit should be for everyone but this person.
Holy shit, bro.
We're being projected so little brain activity from this human being. And then how many views does this have? This has...
I didn't get it either because I kept paying attention to it. I was trying to figure out what she's on.
Okay.
Anna Nicole looking ass, boy.
No, she's on some shit. She was making some noise. She's talking. She's like... like she made this noise. Like, did you guys catch it?
No, she was like alluding to some like Reddit pages, and I'm like, it's not enough time to read. Yeah, let's watch it again.
Just listen. Wait for it. Listen.
Yo, remix this. Yo.
Yo, check it. The internet can't be for guys, it's for girls. If they watch it, they will hurl.
Get out of here.
Reddit actually asked
Okay,
me
I'm done.
I think it should be for girls, not guys, and I thought it was obvious, but
what the fuck is she on?
Stop. Okay.
Boss, what is she on? She's on something. Get out. I don't even want to see her no more.
Why didn't it should be for girls?
Oh my god. She's higher than me.
The internet should be for girls.
Yo, leave my mic alone. Leave my mic alone.
That was horrible. Theo, thanks, man. Thanks, Theo.
Okay. Guys, I propose we go on to the next video.
Yep.
If a guy wears his hat backwards, that's his way of saying you're not the only girl. Like, what's supposed to be right, he's already turned wrong.
I feel
so it's just
attacked right
downhill
now.
Yo, bro.
Like
He's talking about this guy, bro. He's talking about...
I don't know. I have one of those. We just had one of those
That
moments.
was a setup by Theo.
Yo, you know, we just
Thanks,
had.
Theo.
We just had one of those moments, bro. You know those moments when you see something, like when girls see something and you're talking about it.
If
and you
your
know it's
man's
true.
doing this,
no, and they know it's true, and they all get silent and start kind of looking at each other like, "Fuck."
No.
It's true, bro.
Let me hold on.
It's true.
I gotta defend myself because people give me shit for this. I wear my hat backwards because I don't like this blocking my view. And it's not to protect my view from my eyes from the sun. It's to keep my hair back because my hair likes to go in my
nice,
eyes.
Fluffy hair.
I have gorgeous hair, I know, but like sometimes it goes in my eye.
Give us a little shake. Like a side sway.
Oh, like a side sway.
Yeah, more. Yeah, there you go. See that? Can I get a zoom in on that?
Why not?
No,
Okay.
I'm talking to the editor.
But that's why I wear a hat.
Bro, I have like nothing to say about this.
Yeah, next.
You're a
I'm just-
basketball player,
I'm just losing brain cells as
so
we
your
speak.
hat backwards is just a basketball thing if you ever wore it.
I always wore it frontwards, backwards. In grade 7, I wore it to the side.
What? Got experimental in grade 7, huh?
To the
That's
side.
You couldn't do that in Chicago.
See, the side
No,
is like, it
definitely
hurts.
couldn't do that in Chicago.
When you do
get
it to the
killed.
side, it hurts. It's awkward. For kids only?
Hey, one time I went to the
I feel
States.
like there's
One time I went to the States and I went in the McDonald's there. Everybody in the McDonald's stood up.
Why?
I don't know. I had
When
my
you
hat
walked
on and
in?
it was like this, but then I noticed everybody that had their hat on it was like this. So I
Oh, it
just
was
kind of
like-
switched it over like this.
Hey,
And
awesome.
everybody, yeah, I swear,
yeah,
on
okay.
God.
Well, in Chicago, they
Going
have
down
the
to the le-
BDs and the GDs, blood disciples and gangster disciples and
You got to get it
blood
right because they'll
disciples.
call us.
Yeah,
They'll
and
call
they
the
have
show and be
whole
like, get it right.
handshake. And you can't do the handshake if you're not in the gang. If
Fucking
you try to
right.
do the handshake, it's on site. So
I want to talk to the kids. Parents.
no, okay,
Oh.
pause. First of all, he's not talking to any he or whoever they are.
That.
The not talking to the kids.
No, pronoun.
I
Here's a
would-
pronoun for you. That.
would never allow this person anywhere near my
Ever.
kids. Anyways, why is it saying for kids only?
Yeah.
And then hand the phone over to the young kids. Hi there. I get asked a lot, are you a boy or a girl? And I love that question. And so I wanted to just tell you, sometimes human beings are more than boy or girl.
I agree with that part. We're more than boy or girl. But who the fuck is this person?
Sometimes we're something else. Sometimes we're both. Sometimes we kind of float in between, and sometimes we're a boy, sometimes we're a girl. Because human beings are creatures, and we're wild and exciting. But I want to ask you a favor. If you see a kid like me, or an adult like me, would you be extra nice to them? Would you do me a favor and be very, very kind? Yeah, like anybody, we can feel lonely. And so if you're kind to us, it would be really, really important.
Now I feel really bad for this person.
I feel like that was a nice,
I feel like
a
there's some,
heartwarming video.
I feel there's a lot going on in this video that a psychologist could dissect.
This one's for the kids only, right? I think it's tough because nowadays they're pushing this whole agenda on our kids. And it's weird because I think, you know, even us growing up, we were like sort of like the transitioning generation where we were kind of taught about like being gay and lesbian in school. And that's kind of made us a little more accepting of it. And so I think, you know, there's stuff that could be taught to the kids. I think it's the parents' job at home and whatnot to bring your kid up in a way to understand that, you know, some people are like that and it's okay. And, you know, and to understand, like, to teach the kid themselves who they are. We're not all, you know, we don't have the same, how do I say it, like,
Predispositions.
like biological, you know, like.
We're different.
Not all the chemicals are all there. I don't know
That
how to
goes
say
for
it.
every individual.
That goes for every individual. I think there's this weird push on the whole, like, accept this. There's definitely lines that are being crossed, but there's also, you know, there's pain behind, you know, something like
I
that.
see so
And-
much pain in this person's eyes.
Well, that's
But-
why they're just, I think that's a sweet message right at the end. They're
It
like,
is.
just be kind to them. And I'm like, okay,
It is.
I respect that.
I feel like there's multiple topics when people delve into like the LGBTQ. I don't know how many letters there are now. I'm sorry, but like they're adding a new one every 6 months.
I know.
The point of the matter is we need to be accepting of all people. We need to show love to all people. That's one aspect of this conversation that becomes convoluted into multiple conversations become one. There's another aspect of freedom of speech and families creating their own value systems, people raising their kids the way they want to raise them because we're supposed to live in a democracy. I think we need to show love. We need to love people like this person. We need to love anyone that looks different from you is an extension of you because we are all God. This is my personal belief, but we're all cells in the greater organism. So we need to show love, but that doesn't mean you don't disagree with certain political statements or ideologies. Like I have a lot of trans friends. Shout outs to my trans friends, my gay and lesbian, my bis, everybody. But if you guys don't see what's going on right now, that you guys are being used for a political movement of divisiveness. We saw it with COVID. We see it with LGBTQ plus, 2I plus. We see it with Israel-Palestine right now. Yeah. There's so many political movements created to divide us rather than unite us. And then whatever somebody looks at as different from themselves, they immediately think is the opposite. Personally, I wouldn't over preach or over teach LGBTQ 2I plus. I would share that there are different types of people, but where I personally disagree with is the theory of gender theory that a child can choose what their gender is at a young age. Yeah. Once you see the kid growing up, you see them developing, biochemically, physically, mentally, emotionally. You say, oh, maybe my kid is gay. Maybe my kid, identifies a different way. When my kid's 18, 20, like my kid can do whatever they want. My kid can decide their own fate when they're an adult. But I think the political movement that's going on behind, especially the West, and this has been proven now that it's an agenda to disrupt the West. So Asia, so China, so other countries can become the next world superpower, and we're seeing it. You see the U.S. Army commercials?
Yeah, man.
No.
You didn't see them?
No.
It's like people in drag, like in thongs, jumping around, like join the U.S. Army. And then you see like the Russian military spy ops, like down at like a corridor with like a fucking sniper rifle. Like, it's just like, you can't compare the two, bro. So it's like, I mean, I love all people. I love trans people. I love gay people. But personally, I'm going to raise my kid the way I want to raise my kid. I'm going to raise my kid and say, love all trans people, love all gay people. But you're either a boy or a girl at this age. And if you decide you're different or whatever religion you want to be, when you're 18, we can talk about it and have a few more conversations. But pushing an agenda onto kids,
If you look at the guy's whole video, right? You know me, I'll be the first man to rip this shit apart. But the guy said, right? He said, yo, listen, this is how we are. Yeah. Basically.
Some kids
this is how we think, right? Because he obviously is not trying to push his agenda on the kids. His agenda was a good agenda in that video. It was just like, yo, when you see us, just be kind. Don't be mean.
Just be kind.
Which you should teach your kids in general to not be mean to anybody.
100%.
So like, you know me, I would rip this shit apart. I don't really have anything bad to say because it's a good message. Be kind. He's explaining. This is kind of what I always wanted from them and their community anyways.
Yeah.
You educate people on who you are and how different you are and what it, right?
Well, you go to the Pride Parade, it's the happiest, most fabulous, most loving people.
Yeah, just keep it the fuck away from my kids.
You can't really keep it away.
What I mean by keep it away from my kids
is keep the agenda away.
Keep the agenda away from them. If your agenda is to explain yourself, this is how we are, and this is how we feel, and we feel that we're normal, whether anybody feels that or not, right? Just what you should do is just please be kind to us. He wasn't really saying you should be this. You guys have the choice to be this. That wasn't this guy's message. Maybe.
Well, he did mention, are you a boy or a girl to a kid?
That's you see?
I disagree with. However, it's the extreme version.
You slipped it in there. That's a little problem. That's what the thing.
The extreme version of the agenda that I'm talking about is no different from the hardline right-wing conservative agenda of pushing somebody's religion on someone else. You know those annoying fucking people who are just like, yo, if you don't accept Jesus right now, bro, like, bro, you're going to hell, bro. Let me break it. Yo, come to the cafeteria, bro. I'll tell you all about Jesus. Like, I'll tell you all about Allah. Listen, bro, just repent, bro. Join, bro. Like, trust me. Like, read the book, bro. Like, there's other books too, you know. Like, no, nothing matters, but only this matters. Bro, you're gonna go to hell, bro. I'm like, I'm just trying to eat my pork belly sandwich, bro.
They've been radicalized.
Pork?
Pork? What are you talking about?
Mashallah. Okay.
So the agenda that's happening in the West is just as extreme as that in some regards. Some people, this guy seems nice. I see a lot of pain in his eyes, and I think the message is a good one. You know, show love to everybody.
He gets the pass, bro. Except for that.
You guys keep
part.
saying he gets the pass.
Well,
because that's what he is.
Well, you know, he could be a they or identify as a woman.
Okay, now you're getting to a whole other topic. If I fucking say to the guy, "Oh, he," and that's a problem. No, that's just getting.
Well, he's a biological male.
You're going too far.
Yeah, he's a biological male.
You're going too far. You're a biological male.
Yeah.
So if I say he, pardon me, man, we've been doing this for fucking 100, 200 years. You want us to switch? It's going to take another 50 to 100 years for people to start saying he, them, they, or there. Whatever the fuck you want to be called. It doesn't matter.
I will call.
If that's what you want to be called, that's fine. Because it's your life. And you should be, like, I want people to call me whatever they want me to call me, and they call me that. That's fine, right? I get it. You know what I mean?
Somebody asks me to call them they or whatever, Zim, Zur, like, I'll call them that. I'll try. I'll probably forget.
As ridiculous as it seems, out of respect for that person, if that's what they want. If you don't like it, you don't got to talk to them.
Also,
don't put yourself in that position.
It shouldn't be a law.
True.
It should never be a fucking law.
You can't make that law. That's
ridiculous.
Draconian.
No, that's just stupid.
That's what Jordan Peterson
This is
was
common human
against.
decency between each other.
That's where Jordan Peterson was labeled.
I shouldn't hate on you for the way you are. You don't hate on me for the way I am. With anything.
We should show love. We should show respect, but we shouldn't be forced into anything. I think that's the moral of the story of anything.
And if you're truly religious, you wouldn't come down on anybody else for what you think. If you really read those books, you would know that you have to love everyone.
That's right.
And pray for everyone. If you think they're doing something, you take that up with upstairs or wherever your upstairs is, and pray, and you take it up there.
Facts.
And you keep loving that person no matter what.
Facts.
Doesn't mean that you have to hang out with them every day. Doesn't mean you got to be in their life.
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people I'll follow on Instagram, and then
it's a law, bro.
And then they'll say something stupid, like even like for instance, I was never a big fan of Ben Shapiro, but I like the way he talks. He's got
shit I've been seeing lately.
But the shit I've been seeing lately, I almost wanted to I just be like, fuck this guy. But then I gotta realize, man, he's definitely gonna come with different opinions. I don't agree with this opinion that he has. But then there's some other opinions that he does have and that I do agree with.
Some opinions are so extreme that I'm like, man.
I know. That's the whole fucking part of the democracy where you're like,
you gotta give him the freedom to say his
Check it out. Let me tell you a story. Let me tell you a story quickly before we move on to this. The schools should not be able to do that to the kids. It's the same theory as radicalizing Muslim kids into being terrorists, so that when they grow up, their thought process is a certain way.
Yeah.
You got to let kids grow up to be kids. Check this out. I'm from Guyana. There's a neighboring country called Venezuela.
Yeah.
Right? When the British took over that part of South America and they took their territory, they're stronger and bigger than Venezuela. Venezuela couldn't say nothing. As soon as they lost their independence, now Venezuela wants back that part of the country.
Mm-hmm.
So you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see how it's like, you see my point where I'm getting here? They want to take over that part of the country.
Yeah. What they once had.
It's not even what they once had, it's what the British came and took over. And now they want it back because all there's diamonds there.
There's a lot of diamonds and gold in Guyana.
Lots.
We're in the wrong field.
Right? So check it out. We're getting back to my point, right? So, for years and years, the Venezuelans been teaching their kids, that's your land, even though it wasn't. So now they're all grown up. They're like, that's our fucking land. And that's what I'm saying, the dangers of teaching kids, whatever, LGB,
nationalism,
Venezuelan stuff, Hamas,
definitely.
It doesn't matter. Leave the fucking
You know
kids
what
out
you
of
teach?
It, bro.
You teach, this is our people's perspective. This is the perspective of our nationalism.
Right. Let a child grow up.
This is the perspective of their nationalism. Do you see the pros and cons of both? Nobody ever fucking teaches any fucking kid or even an adult how to think like
they're still young, they're
relatively.
impressionable, their mind is growing. So at the end of the day, every kid should have the choice to grow up, view the world for themselves till they get to a certain age, 18, 19, whatever it is, and then start making certain choices for themselves and becoming who they are. And that's what parents should teach their kids.
I was so lucky to have my dad teach me
You
that.
are.
I was so
Your dad
lucky.
is a great guy.
My dad's like, I was in grade 1, right? And this is so wrong. Sorry, Dad, but I have to use one example.
Release the files.
So I'm just like, we come to Canada, right? And I used to sit in front of this kid named Scotty, and I was like, Scotty, and like we'd always play, and I'm just like, Scotty's like, I gotta pray before class starts. I'm like, what is this? What are you doing? I'm like, what is praying? He's like, I gotta pray to God. I'm like, what's God? And he's like, oh, God just looks over us. I'm like, I don't know what that is. And I tell my dad, like, oh, did you hear about God? And my dad's like, hey, ask Scotty to show him. Ask Scotty to
I have
show
uncles
you.
like that, bro.
Ask Scotty to
He
show
sounds
you
like
his
all my
God.
uncles.
Ask Scotty to show you his God. So the next day I'm like, can you show me God? He's like, he's here. I'm like, I don't
Scotty,
see it.
poor Scotty.
And
bro.
then his mom was so pissed. His mom was like yelling at my mom. My mom didn't even know. My mom was like,
All over this
my dad's like a
bullshit.
provocateur, but he did it as a
Ridiculous,
joke.
bro.
And he's
That's
like,
foolishness.
never believe in anybody's beliefs.
Yes.
Learn for yourself,
Yeah.
form your own opinions. So when
Yeah.
all this shit was happening with the Balkan Wars and Yugoslavia, and like, my dad was the first to criticize our own people. Like, he's like, criticize your own first. Like, see where the fuck your own, either your family, your nationality, your nation, your religion, whatever you are, you need to criticize first before you can criticize anybody else.
Yeah.
You see that with a lot of people, but they're a minority, sadly.
Yeah.
So that's how I was raised. I was always questioning. He's like,
Yeah, this fucking guy gets the pass.
Yo, show me one thing other Jamaicans can do what you can't do.
What?
wow.
That was brilliant.
Okay.
Okay,
Wait, what?
rewind it. I'll break it down for you guys.
Yo, show me one thing other Jamaicans can do what you can't do.
Press pause. The man said basically, you know what he said? He said, show me one thing
That Jamaicans can't do
that
that
Jamaicans
others
can
can't.
do that you can't do. And now they cut to the frame of this chubby white guy
Yeah.
with nothing in his hands.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, press play. Press pause.
Fuck's that in his right hand?
That's
Soap.
bleach in his
Soap.
hand, bro.
Bleach and soap.
Because a lot of people in the Caribbean bleach
That
their
right
skin.
there is what you call
yeah?
cake soap. In the Caribbean,
Mm-hmm.
if people don't like if their skin's too black,
Mm-hmm.
They bleach.
they bleach their skin to make it lighter.
Yeah.
Fact.
To me, that's a fucking mental disorder.
I'm going to have to agree with you on that shit.
Vibes
Yeah.
Cartel, you ever heard of that guy?
That
Yeah.
was a big transformation.
What?
That dude was, oh my God, he was,
that dude
that
went from
dude was
Nigeria
blacker than
to...
that dude was blacker than fucking, that dude was blacker than my grandfather.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
saw
my
that.
grandfather was black, but
Before and after,
Yo,
crazy.
And then this guy used the soap and to bleach his skin, and that's when he turned her looking all light skin. He got all the
Get the
tattoos.
fuck out of here.
They really do it down in the West Indies. They bleach themselves.
I mean,
a lot of Indians do
I watched
it
the
too.
documentary too.
A lot of Indians do it. They rub lemon on their skin or whatever to make themselves lighter. It's just, I don't know, it's to them
Damn,
it's
son.
beauty or whatever, but I don't know. It is what it, like, I get
But-
what
but
I
that's
said,
the
bro.
thing, but, like,
it's not really
okay.
even a mental, I don't know, I
Yeah,
guess.
but this guy's like, that's not true because this video was like, name one thing Jamaicans can do that others can't do.
Well, he's already white.
No,
so
he's
he
already
can't
white, so
bleach.
why would he bleach his skin? He's already white. He looks
Yeah, but
already-
like,
that's the point of the video. You get what I'm
other,
saying?
like, but you're saying it's in the Caribbean, so other, like,
People in Africa do it too.
Caribbean,
I think it's a
and-
more of a
and-
Caribbean thing.
Yeah, like bleaching your skin.
I don't
Swear,
know why
I don't know.
people do that, man. Like, if you
No.
have
Just
like
be
nice,
comfortable in your skin.
yeah,
Everybody's
I
be
know,
skin
I
is
know,
literally
I
be
know.
comfortable in your
dark
skin.
skin is fucking beautiful.
It is
just
beautiful.
as
It's all beautiful.
light
man.
skin, just as brown skin, just
I
as
think, I know, but everyone,
yellow
like,
skin,
there's this whole, like,
just as red skin.
like Michael Jackson,
Like, I don't
like,
know
he
what else
didn't
to
feel
say.
like, you know, he was, like, because he, even being, like, African-American in the 70s or whatnot was, like, it was still there's still a lot more. I mean, I'm not saying there isn't right now, but there's a lot more racism and dislike back in those
It's
days.
just
And you
deep
can
down
see the way,
insecurity, buddy.
but you
all
can
I
see
think it
it affected him. Like, you know, like even for us, like in the 90s being Serbian, like you know, we got some hate, but it's just like.
It wasn't about skin with us.
I know, but like.
It was about like ethnic identity.
I know, but
nationality.
like there's a part of you where you're like, oh, like why do I have to, you know what? I had a crush on this Asian girl when I was in grade 2. And I was like so pissed. I'm like,
No, but
I wish I was Chinese.
Asian meaning like, yeah, Asian is Chinese. Or
She was
Asian
Chinese.
Is
She was
like
cute. But I'm like, I really
Asian
wished I was Chinese. And
You
I was
hit that,
pissed that I
though?
was, no, I hit that. Yo,
Grade 2? Shit.
Nobody.
Jeez.
Grade 2.
That's love, bro.
In grade 2, oh, you sick motherfucker.
Skitty Marinky
Nah,
Dinky
man,
Ding,
no,
Skitty
I didn't.
Marinky
And I
Doo.
wish, you know, because in my head, it's because I wasn't Asian. Because I
You like
wasn't
Chinese girls?
This was grade 2.
Are you attracted to Chinese girls?
Today, yeah, I am.
Sort of?
Yeah.
Get him, girls. What's your at?
Hit me up at mirkotheactor.com.
It's over now, buddy.
I think it's do you think it's a deeply rooted inferiority complex?
It's insecure, just insecurity. Hard, deep, hard insecurity.
Yeah, okay,
Like,
I can see
you
that.
never know. Like some parents can fuck kids up too. They'll be telling them, "No, you
yeah.
fucking this and you're black, or you're this and you're ugly little brown youth,
Yeah.
or you're just
you'll
brown
never
and
be
ugly,
good
or
enough.
you're just flipping."
Yeah, we used to get that.
You
It's
know,
like,
white kids get it too. You think white kids don't get it? They get it.
bro, like going into this industry, my
You're just not
parents
gonna
are
bleach
like,
your
"Oh,
skin.
you're
They're gonna
not,
do some other shit."
you're not Jewish, or your last name's gonna hold you back." You know, like
Yeah, you can't do that.
that's
man.
why I had a period where I thought of changing my name, like to
can't
have a
do
stage
that.
name. Like,
Rosenberg?
yeah, Mike Rosenberg.
Mike Rosenberg. Yo, you see that guy? He's like,
Hey,
four.
don't fuck
He's gotta
with
be
the
like
Jews.
Ashkenazi or
Don't
something.
fuck with the Jews. I have 2 good Jewish brethren, bro.
But there
We all
was
do.
a Serbian actor in like
Real
the
good
30s
Jewish
who
respect.
changed
friends.
his
I
name.
have
But
1-2 good Jewish pals. That's why I'm
That whole
I'm
like
staying out of
the
that
whole
shit,
thing
bro.
that the Jews run
I
the
can't
world
go
is-
involved with that
is-
stuff.
is a
I have nothing to
ridiculous-
do with it.
ridiculous thing.
No, I
that
think
Jews
this is
run the
this is
world.
more about Hollywood than the world. From my parents, I'm not saying.
There's a lot of fucked up people that run Hollywood, and it's not.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not one group.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
The world is run by trillionaires that we've never heard of their name before.
that's true.
Like if you hear the name Rothschilds and all these other names, like that's not even the big dogs.
It's
That's
true,
just who
you're
they
right.
make us think are the big dogs.
We know who the big
And-
dog is.
Okay, let me get me wrong.
Hey.
Rothschild family, don't listen. I know you guys are the big dogs, but I'm just saying there's bigger dogs than you guys. Sorry,
So I
go.
actually don't wipe my bum. When you think
I think I might have seen this. Keep playing.
What the fuck, bro?
Oh, that brought the whole West Indies right out of me. You nasty bee. She didn't even say butt. She said, I don't wipe
The
my
question
bum.
is, what do you use to wipe your bum? And she goes,
so, I actually don't wipe my bum.
Oh
when you
my
think about it,
goodness.
in nature, no other animal wipes after they use the restroom.
"We're not animals
So why do we do that?
They
anymore."
lick their own
And I
assholes.
don't-
They
I
do
know
wipe
there's
their
gotta be a
bum.
benefit to not wiping. I don't really know what it is, but if God wanted us to wipe after we use the restroom, we would have a built-in way to do that.
What's
into
her
our
name?
Anatomy. You know what I
What's
mean?
her name?
So
Somebody get her
because we
fucking name,
don't,
'cause we
I
need-
personally
we
believe
need to blast
that
her out to
wiping
put her
after
on
using the
fuck. What's her
restroom
name?
is not good for your health.
Get her name.
You don't know what chemicals are in toilet paper or in wipes. So I personally think it's best to just not wipe. But I stopped wiping about 2 years
How is
ago
she saying this with a straight
when I
face?
started using the litter box instead of a toilet. And I have
She shits
noticed,
where the cat
like,
shits?
I have not
She
gotten
identifies
as
as a
sick
cat.
as often. Now I know
I'm teasing.
correlation is not causation, but you know, I feel like my immune system has like been built up since I stopped wiping. And it's probably because I'm not exposing myself to those chemicals.
Ma'am, you're not human.
Have you ever heard what they do in the Muslim world?
What? Yeah, I gotta make some shit up now.
No?
Go.
You know why you never shake with your left hand with a Muslim person?
Cause I don't know.
Because that's ass hand.
Oh my God, that is so wrong.
No, you have a lot of Muslims have the bucket beside the toilet with the soap, and you use your left hand.
But at least they wash their ass sometimes.
That's probably in the like golly part
No,
of
bro,
the-
this is a common thing. You have the bucket beside the toilet with the soap, and you wash your ass, boy. Wash
But then
that
how do you
ass.
dry it off? You dry it off. You gotta walk out with the leaky.
I don't know, but like it's always the left hand. That's why it's haram, according to a lot of Muslims that I know,
To shake with
to
the
shake
left.
with the left because the left is meant for the ass.
I know, but nobody shakes with the left ever. That's weird.
Left-handed people do. Maybe they're haram.
No, I think they use the right hand because Westerners will always go for the right and they'll be like, no. Right?
Are you sure?
That would make more sense. That would make more
Now
sense.
we're ignorant. Now we're turning
I
out
ain't
super
never heard
ignorant.
none of this shit before, man.
We're 50-50.
From what I understand, it's one of the hands, but that would create the argument that Muslim men have the cleanest assholes.
You know way
And
fucking
yet they
too
have
much.
the least.
Me and
amount
Paula
of-
had
Don't
me and
bring
Paula had
Paula
a
into
song.
this shit.
Me and Paula had a song.
Shut the fuck up.
See, she's over there like, what the fuck are you talking about? And you're here doing Carlton.
Ready? Muslim men have cleanest asshole.
You're gonna get chopped up by a Muslim.
asshole.
You're fucking nuts.
People talk shit about Muslims. They have a great fucking hygiene. They wash their ass.
I don't think Muslims.
Christians and Jews, everybody else fucking using toilet paper. What are you doing, bro?
Like I
use
understand.
the bucket with the soap.
When I
Use
think about
is it the
washing
left
your
hand?
ass with your hands, I'm thinking of like a third world country, and you're like in the most fuck.
What if they're like 1,000 years ahead of us?
By wiping
like-
with your hand?
Creating all this toilet paper, creating all this waste. Just have the bucket with the soap. Quick wash.
You got bidets.
Quick wash.
Nah, I'm
It's
too
like a
spoiled for
bidet.
that. I'm too spoiled for that. I like the toilet paper.
Anyways, I enjoy.
Oh, even though the number one new reason why public bathrooms are fucked is the toilet paper. The junkies are going into the bathroom and they're doing their, right?
Yeah, that's
And
true.
then they're taking the fucking needle and sticking it into the toilet paper side of the roll and pulling it out so it clean and they leave no trace. And you're gonna go wipe your ass with the junkie blood.
Junkie blood.
Oh,
All
my God,
right.
don't
So
say
if
like
there's
that.
if there's red
Fuck.
junkie blood,
You're disgusting, ma'am. You
I
should
just
not,
tried to open
ma'am. You should never be allowed in any restaurant, ma'am.
Okay.
You should. I
Okay.
wish I knew your name so I could tell everybody.
I
out
don't
there
even think she's Muslim.
that you're the
to be
lady.
honest.
No.
I don't think she-
Flipping
I don't
doesn't
even.
wipe your
I don't
butt.
even think she's Muslim.
I think we already established that this is a parody.
Well, I would hope so. Anyways, next video.
This guy's nutting to the boss. What the fuck was that?
When you've been standing in the freezing cold waiting for your bus that was delayed for 30 minutes. This is relatable.
TTC, bro. I thought this bus was gonna pass by.
Oh, the bus
Fuck was
was
that sound
delayed.
effect though?
You ever been in the cold for like an hour waiting for a bus? I have.
I have.
Many times.
No, it's 30 minutes delayed, and then it's packed because all the people that
Oh, yeah.
from the stops before,
you-
and then it passes by you because it can't fit you in.
Yo, but I'm not gonna lie to you.
You're freezing and then you get on and you start sweating because it's too much body heat.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Every time I took the bus, I had weed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I never really felt it.
Oh, you were high.
I was high, shaking and vibrating in the cold.
Like, what was it like being high?
And
Freezing?
then you get in the bus and you get 10 times higher. Whoa.
Yeah, it's like
Weird.
It's like the hot cold
Toronto
shower
lifestyle.
what we were
Toronto.
talking about. Yeah.
So while you're in the cold,
Vasodilation.
you're feeling normal when you're in the cold. You're not even high,
Yep.
but you're
Oh
high,
my
but you're
God,
not high
what
because
is
you're in the
this?
cold.
Name of the video?
Oh my God.
Come on.
Spilling a
Come
handle.
on, dude. He's jerking off the pot. He's jerking off the pot. He was jerking off
You
that
see
pot.
that little finger motion?
If you
where
guys
he
see this
set it
out
up?
there, and
Very gentle with it too.
oh my goodness, bro. He's jerking the pot.
With the finger.
Oh, that's the middle finger.
Oh, the middle.
Dude.
That's funny, yo.
Hey, you guys want to take a pottery class for the show?
Yeah, I'm feeling
No,
weird.
bro.
I think Steve should
I'm
do
just
pottery.
feeling like a
You guys
urge
think
to
Steve should do
this.
pottery? We should all do it and document
Pottery.
So everybody in the studio just
Pottery.
raised up their hands.
it. Paint night will be fire.
I like how everybody in this whole studio just raised up their hand for that.
fire.
Thanks,
You gotta
thanks
use
a lot,
your,
guys.
creative
Now this
juices.
guy's gonna go make us do this shit.
All right. Oh my God. Here we
But
go.
if-
Okay.
If my girl could sit in front of me though, with her like my legs sprawl open, she sits in between me. I can do the thing like go. You know the movie Ghost?
Or you could do this.
Looks like a camel toe.
Ew.
Somebody's neck. Calling it.
Oh yeah, it
Oh
is
come
something.
on! What is this guy doing?
Ah,
Ew.
the back of a Mexican's head. Back of a
They just
chunky,
ruined that whole video. That video it started good and then it ended up bad.
chunky Mayan man.com. They should do an OnlyFans.
The back of the man's head looked like a fat panani.
That's the
Fat,
idea.
fat pom neck.
So this is for the boy that gets therapy. Where do you hang out? What do you do? What are you looking for? Because I'm looking for a well-adjusted sad boy.
What?
Okay, it was great up until the last sentence.
What did she say?
What the fuck is a well-adjusted sad boy, bro? What the fuck
Oh
is
my
that?
God, she's psychotic. She's psychotic.
Are you a well-adjusted sad
She's
boy,
psychotic.
bro?
No,
She's
I'm not.
psychotic.
I'm not properly
She
adjusted.
is
sad.
nuts, bro. She's nuts.
I think she's looking for a
she's
guy that's
brown,
got
guys. She's
issues,
brown.
but he's
She's nuts.
working through his issues.
She's brown.
That's
she's nuts.
what, no, he's got it. What she's looking for is a man who's self-aware enough to work through his traumas. She should have said it that way. Instead, it's some corny new wave fucking well-adjusted sad boy.
Oh, there's actually a meaning.
Why don't you look for fucking...
yeah? Read it.
What?
Hit it.
Wow.
Hit us with
new today.
There's
The
a what?
studio's on fire
There's a
today,
meme.
guys.
There's a meme?
Shit.
No, there's a meaning. Car, you know what a well-adjusted sad boy is?
Well-adjusted sad boy.
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it either.
What's a sad boy?
Whatever it is, it don't sound good.
The boy that's sad.
I'll tell you that right now.
Mental health.
I told you she's a nutbag.
Whoa,
and she's looking
she's
for...
genius. There's a breakthrough.
What?
It means mental health.
No, it doesn't.
Nah.
Listen,
No way,
whatever
bro.
it means, it's not good, bro.
Give it a second.
It's not good. She's brown and she's nuts. And she's looking for a partner in fucking crime. Fuck her.
It's kind of hot.
No, no disrespect to this girl, because if you guys are gonna tag her and shit, yo, fams. You're
I don't
cool and
think-
everything, and yo, you know what I'm saying? You
I
look
think
like a
she
nice
knows
girl.
what she's looking for.
You look like a nice girl, but yo, I don't know, you just gotta look in your eyes, fam.
Okay.
It doesn't, eh?
You gotta go
That's
to...
how fucking nuts
Yo,
she
nah,
is.
you gotta hit GPT
That's how nuts
with
she
it.
is. Google doesn't even know what
Yo,
she's asking
GPT
for.
with it.
Google doesn't even know what she's asking for, B.
GPT with it.
She's fucked.
And it's
Sad
one
boy,
word.
one word. Sad
boy
boy.
with an I.
I think you guys are taking it way too literal.
Plural sad boys. Informal neologism.
A young man.
A
That
young
sounds
man
like
who
her.
is
That sounds like
open.
her.
So Steve, a young man who is open about his emotions, especially his feeling sad. Especially his feeling sad about failed relationships and unrequited love, and channels his sadness artistically.
Oh my
Wow.
God, she's gonna fucking cheat on him. Oh my God. He's gonna disgust her in
So
fucking 6
basically,
months.
XXX.
Oh, he's gonna disgust her in 6 months if that's what she really wants. That's fucking
Rest in
sad.
peace. He was
That's
a
really
great
sad.
artist.
She's right. That is sad.
What's that other guy's name that does the who died? Juice.
Yo, how about putting on for the happy boys? How about putting on
My
for the
bro,
well-adjusted?
no. My bro, that's called
happy boys?
self-sabotage, my bro.
What?
What she's doing there.
Yeah.
It's
She's
true.
gonna hate that fucking guy in
Self-sabotage.
6 months. She doesn't
true.
want that.
Facts,
She
bro.
thinks she wants that.
Yeah.
Till
Why
he
don't
starts
we get
crying
a-
all the time. She's like, you little bitch,
Why
stop
don't
crying.
we create well-adjusted happy boys?
She don't want, listen, she's nuts. She's nuts.
Bro,
Girl, I'm sorry, man. If you guys tag this girl,
happiness
fuck.
is a decision.
She's gonna
Guys,
come for me.
Tell
bro.
me that's the truth.
What?
Can we
Happiness is a decision.
Can we acknowledge this is also the same toxic shit that we're feeding our kids? That little boys are watching this and being like, oh,
Yeah.
so it's good
While
to
we
be...
turn our backs, they're like, sad boy, I want to be a sad
okay,
boy.
and then they start fucking listening to
Listen
sad boy music, making
To me carefully.
which is
I'm
like
gonna tell
this-
every boy.
I'm sad, I know, yeah.
I'm gonna tell every boy the same thing. If you're fucking sad, go and talk to your mom.
Don't talk to my mom.
Don't talk to nobody else about it.
Hey, don't talk to my mom.
My mom was like, get your shit together, why are you
You
sad?
see what I'm saying? You see? Do you guys see what I'm saying?
That's true, though.
Go and speak to your mom.
That's true.
Oh yeah, you're right.
All right,
Don't
next
speak to
video.
no one else.
Yeah, no. In some ways, it does help. Yeah. No. Good point. Good point.
All right, here we go. Best man repellent.
I just want money that's calm.
This is the same girl that was on just now? That's the second brown girl. So you like blonde girls and brown girls, Theo?
Get it.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Come
Get it.
on. Come
All right,
on,
we're-
man. Come on. That's no.
We're
no.
entering an interesting
No.
side
No.
of Instagram,
No.
TikTok, and YouTube. The side of female armpit
Yo,
hair.
you feel.
What do you think about women with armpit hair?
No.
Yeah.
No, unless we're naked and what's it called? Naked and afraid. Unless we're doing naked and afraid, no armpit hair.
Some would say it's a sad boy repellent.
Oh my God.
It sounds like sad boy attractant.
No.
Yeah, facts. Oh my God, she's an independent woman. She has pit hair. I'm a sad boy. We're perfect for each other.
If we're in the jungle, if we're in the jungle and stuff, like of course, but
yeah, there's no Shoppers Drug Mart.
Yeah,
nearby.
we're here where you can groom yourself.
Bro, if you're stranded on an island, you get a fucking seashell and you just
sharpen that seashell.
Yeah, seashells by the seashore.
No,
why do you think she sold those seashells? So other women can fucking shave their armpits. Yeah. That's why she sells seashells that much.
Seashells down the
seashore. If the armpit hair is there, it was there for a reason. If women have armpit hair, it's there for a reason. It
women are hairy though; they have hair everywhere.
Ladies, thoughts on armpit hair for women?
It's gross because all we think, but it's probably not gross for other people.
All times, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
I wouldn't want, but I see a lot of girls that like grow it out and they're okay with it. I can't.
Yeah.
It's just how we grew up. That's just how we are, man. Like
thoughts, ladies.
We've gotten used to grooming, so
do you shave your pits?
Of course they do.
Thoughts?
Hair's gotta go. But if you've got it there, brush it, groom it. At least
if you're gonna let it grow, if you're gonna let
smell nice, you know, like.
Keep it clean. I like that. Yeah.
I don't know.
Keep it clean. It's not for me.
It's not for fucking me at all.
It's gross, man. It's just unhygienic. I get
it's
it.
Gross.
Like, the argument will then be why do men have armpit hair?
Exactly. Yeah.
Maybe because we got used to it and whatnot, but I just find that I don't smell as clean when I have underarm hair, so I just like to get rid of it.
It makes sense.
And it's more feminine. In my opinion, I'm sorry, feminists out there, but in my opinion, it's more feminine to have.
I like my men hairy and my women
hairless.
Not so hairy. It's
Hairless.
simple.
Thoughts on bushes? Vagina bush.
Trimmed and clean. Doesn't have to be.
Lightning strip.
Doesn't have to be. Lightning strip. Landing strip. Landing strip.
Strips.
Like a nice trimmed landing strip.
I don't care. Like if it's not just once, it's not just out of all. Once you don't pull your panties down and Ludacris's afro pops out of your panties.
Ludacris's afro.
Yo, but taking the fact that up until the 90s, nobody shaved bush.
Yeah.
The women would wax like under and shit, but like they'd leave the bush, and men would just.
They were loving it. They were cool with it. They didn't know any better.
Everyone was just like bush on bush. There'd be so much bush.
What did I say? He said it was seasonal.
There'd be so much bush that when sex would happen, people would just be bouncing off each other's bushes. It'd be like Kari's stash, bro. Yeah, it's like shock absorption. I think that's why we have it.
Okay, so bring the bush back.
Put it this way. Like if you say to me, what do I prefer? Then yeah, obviously, right? Because how we grew up, right? Shaved and whatever. But
tidy, like nice and tidy.
Yeah, of course. Even if it's not even shaved clean, whatever. Even if fine, but if you come to me any other way, I'm not gonna say no.
Oh.
I'm gonna be honest. See? Thank you.
Real man.
Yeah.
What do you want from me?
Just bring the pussy.
Oh, thank you.
Just bring the pussy.
Smoking like a true chucker.
OG for president.
OG for president.
No.
OG for president. The tagline: just bring the pussy.
That's his like fucking
Trump
slogan.
was grabbing my
I'm not gonna say no.
The trucks are coming in. It just says bring the pussy.
OG. Crowd of women
There's
outside.
a logo of a cat above the tagline.
Trump will be my campaign.
All right, we
manager.
got 2 videos left.
Let's do it.
Native American nutting
So
stone.
that was all no on the armpit hair, right?
Yeah, not into it. Not into it.
Not into it.
You have to win me over with your personality.
Okay, guys, let's go. So we got
Native American nutting stone.
Excuse me?
They placed the nut on the rounded areas they carved out to crack the nut with another rock.
Wow.
They had me there for a second. I thought he was gonna start beating the underbelly of his dick with it.
What were the holes in the rocks?
no for nuts. Like they used to crack their nuts like that. That stone.
What kind of nut would make that into the fucking
walnuts, Steve? Walnuts.
Steve. You can't just get them in a Dollarama bag like you can.
They don't come pre-cracked.
So that walnut made a hole in the fucking...
How do you think you got your Dollarama walnuts? It's a Native American nutting stone.
I don't believe you guys. Somebody bring the walnuts to me.
Nah.
All right, last video. Mirko's got to get out of here. Here we go. It's a nice long one.
What movie franchises do you think got progressively worse with each film? Let's go through all of the ones I can think of. For me, the most obvious example of the Pirates of the Caribbean films. I think 1 was fantastic, 2 was really good, 3 was...
I don't even remember any but the first one.
Yeah, first one was really fucking good. Second one, I don't remember none of them. Maybe even the third one.
I was smoking a way lot more than I smoke now. Yeah. So like,
good. 4 was terrible, and 5 was abysmal.
Is that the one where they're all over the water and the jet skis?
I liked 1.
No, that was Kevin Waterworld or something.
I liked 3. 4 and 5. Not great. I know most people actually think that 3 was
Die Hard 1 was
actually kind of prepared the
sick
second one.
movie.
Godfather trilogy, not a great example, seeing as how the first
Godfather
2 are
1,
incredible, and I
sick
still think
movie.
the third one is a good film. Overhated even. For me, the first one is definitely the best. The second one is also amazing. Then there's a big step down to the third, but it's still good. I would say the exact same for the Back to the Future trilogy. First one being very good. Second one also being very good, and third one just, being good. I do think that they drop in quality each time. Let's throw a comedy in there. American Pie. The first American Pie, as far as I'm concerned, is one of the great American comedies of the last 30 years. And the second one, is funny as well, but they do
was wicked too.
Really start to drop down, especially the spin-offs that you've seen them.
I think.
Really bad. I think the Saw films have dropped in quality each time, and I actually think the only good ones were the first 2. The Jaws films are just an obvious example. Jaws, fantastic film, of course. And without Spielberg's direction, Jaws 2, not great. Jaws 3, even worse. And Jaws 4, even worse, somehow. I also think the Conjuring universe has got much worse over time. And it's a franchise, much like many horror franchises, that's really struggled to replicate the quality of the first one. I really think the recent ones have been really, really poor. I'm going to throw in the Insidious films as well, another horror franchise that struggles to meet the quality of the first. I will say I don't hate any of them, but I do think they've taken a massive drop in quality over time.
I never watched most of those horror films, but he's right. The more sequels they try to do, the more they try to milk.
They dumb it down.
Milk the story rather than like share a story.
It's bullshit.
A good story that makes a shit ton of money. The immediate reflex of Hollywood is, how do we make this into a business model?
No, but let me tell you something right now. Do you know how hard it is to pick a fucking #1 movie that came out over and over again? Like, what movie would that be that you could say, okay, at least up to the third one? Because after that, you would, like, up to the third one, you could say 1, 2, and 3, bam! What movie is that?
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings. I was
Really?
also thinking
But that's because there are 3 books, 3 movies.
Like the Hobbit series went to shit.
Really?
They fucked up with the Hobbit because that should have been 1 movie.
And they
maybe
rushed it.
2, maybe a part 1, part 2.
And they rushed it. It wasn't Peter Jackson.
You guys are the third person that I ever heard that from. The director of my film school when I went to film school was a guy named John Foote. Shout out to John Foote. He was the creator of Reel to Reel, the original creator. And then he loved that movie. And he told me that too. It's the greatest movie ever.
Oh yeah?
Sequel, especially for that too, like 1, 2, 3, like that type of shit.
Yeah.
I gotta say, Lord of the Rings is one of my favorite movies. Like, cause I'm a Lord of the Rings. I'm a J.R.R. Tolkien nerd.
It's a tough one though, isn't it?
It's one of those things where you really gotta know. You watch the whole thing in a day, and enjoy the world, the universe. Just your imagination runs wild, and they did a good job capturing that in the trilogy.
Yeah.
But like the model of like sequels, part 2, 3, 4 franchises, very. I don't like it.
You know, it was a sick 1, 2, 3. Rush Hour. Third was kind of slipping. No, come on. 1 was
great, fantastic.
2 was Ricky
even
Tag,
better.
bro. 2 was Ricky Tag.
2 was better than 1 in my opinion.
Ricky Tag. Come on, you already know.
2 was really fucking good.
Shout out Ricky Tag.
And the third one was they were in France, and it was still good.
The
but
Shai
it wasn't,
Shang one, yeah, I know, but it was still.
Like the second one for me, it's like
it's true.
It's 1,
Fast
2,
and Furious then
3. Fast and Furious. I haven't seen them all. I can't.
There's
comment,
too
but
many
I
now.
feel like they've.
Rambo.
I think they've gone down.
I haven't seen them in so long, man.
I know.
Rocky. I was thinking of Rocky as well.
Rocky was wicked.
Terminator.
Because it was Rocky,
Terminator.
Dolph, Mr. T.
Yeah.
Those were the 1, 2, 3. Rocky is one of the greatest. Those are one of the greatest.
You know why Terminator was good?
I think so, but I think after like the 4, they kind of just started like.
Yeah.
You know why Terminator was good though?
Why?
Because he switched up the antagonist and the protagonist from number 1 to number 2.
Oh yeah, he did that.
Because the Terminator.
You see how hard this question is to answer?
Because he switched the whole story structure. That's why it was able to live on. Because in the first one, Schwarzenegger, who's the biggest star, first of all, he's not the main character, but he is the main villain. And then in the second one, they make him good because it's a reprogrammed AI robot that's there to protect them rather than kill them. So now you have a whole different dynamic. And then the third one piggybacks off of the second one. So it's technically a sequel. So I think that's why the Terminator films worked.
That's one of my favorite actors of all time.
You haven't seen Terminator?
That's one of my favorite actors of all time, eh?
Bro.
Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why, but just ever since I was a kid, I like.
You got to get down. I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's my art.
One of my favorite movies of all time, bro. True Lies.
Oh, it's been forever.
I don't give a fuck. One of the baddest movies ever. And not that True Lies that you guys are probably watching on that new shit like Netflix or whatever, that new shit. I'm talking the old shit with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, I don't
know. That movie was bad. True Lies.
Yeah. Anyways, that's it for today, boys.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. I'm gonna lead it out with this camera. Again. Thank you guys for watching another episode of NEMSWORLD Uncut, brought to you by Content Day. Make sure you like, subscribe, and tell your friends about this absurdly ridiculous show.
And if there's something we said you don't like, just
and guys,
we're doing our best. We're learning, and be kind. Just be kind.
We all love you, and I hope you love us. And if you don't, tell us why you don't. And if you do, tell us why you do in the comments.